the drill, it creates this coal dust. You see that kind of dust, black dust? And that accumulates in the chamber kind of like a slice of pie. And you get this little coal that's very weak. And you're trying to keep that coal alive until it ignites into a flame. So you drop it in to a kind of a bird's nest like this. Now this is grass, and then there's some bark. This is cottonwood bark that I'm using. You use the kind of wood in your area that'll work, and you just got to kind of experiment. There's lots of good wood in Mexico to make fire with like this, because you want a little bit softer wood in the deserts. I grew up in the desert mountains of California, and there's good wood there, kind of like Mexico. Sodal is one, yucca is another one. Here the wood is a little harder, even the softest woods, and they don't work quite as well, but they'll work. So ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to live like an Indian. You know, that's what we called it in those days. And I just loved that they could live out there without any help. So when I turned 16, it was the first time I went into the wilderness alone and tried to do that. And I've been doing that ever since. And the hardest part was getting enough to eat. Mostly I ate rattlesnakes and rabbits. And I'd get so hungry and skinny, I could last about a month, and then I'd have to come out and buy food. And I didn't want to have to do that. And I kept doing that my whole life. I was a musician for about 15 years. I quit the music business when I was 32, and I tried to live most of 4 years alone out in the desert mountains of California. And all the survival skill stuff is interesting, but the most powerful part of the whole thing happened the first time I ever went. And the native people went into the woods like that, alone, into the wilderness to get their vision. I think almost all of them did it. They had different ways, but they went to get a vision, and I didn't know what a vision was. I thought it was kind of visual, like I would see something. I found out a vision is a miracle. It's something that happens that's not supposed to be able to happen, and that happened to me in a huge way. The first time I went, and it kept happening really too. But